Season 12 is upon us. I've been waiting for this since season 11 ended. Hi, if you are new here, my name is Jasmine. Welcome to my second channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. This channel is growing a little bit each and every day, and subscribing and leaving a comment is a free way to support the channel. I do movie reviews as well as TV commentary, break down the occasional internet nonsense, and I like to tell the occasional story time. Dr. Now production team, y'all haven't changed the intro in about 4 or 5 seasons. We need to address that. Meet Krystal, our first patient for season 12. Wait, unknown. She's 36 years old, which is young. She's only 5 years older than me. Krystal has plans to get married. A wedding is a nice goal, but what about after that? Who cares? It's all about the wedding.
Today is the wedding day, so it's gonna be crazy up in here.
I'm very nervous.
Something I've observed in a lot of these shows about obese people is that they always look way older than they actually are. I've seen videos about people on fat acceptance and fat positivity, whatever you want to call it. Every single person looks a lot older than they really are. And many of them, they look a little rough, as in they don't take care of their appearance. So there is hope. We're only about 60 seconds in. I probably said that too soon. Am I being optimistic too early? We don't know what she weighs yet. I think that would bother me. I've always been one of those people that just has to know their weight. Whatever it is, good or bad, I just need the information. I can't go without knowing. I don't see any kind of breathing machine or CPAP. It appears that she doesn't need that while sleeping. However, she is in constant pain, which is to be expected.
God woke me up today, so that was a plus. 'Cause there's days where I don't want to get out of bed because of how bad the pain is. I'm constantly in pain because of the weight. If I am bedridden, I would just give up and it would be game over.
And she's mobile. This is a person that Dr. Now can work with. Mobility is crucial.
I live with my fiance, Damien, and my 2 daughters.
Do you guys know about the woman who's so obese that she can't wipe her own butt? But if you can do it, you're ableist.
I needed a little extra help, so Mom and Dad said, come on back home. I absolutely hate it. There's so much I can't do.
Every 600-pound life episode features the person bathing to start the day. They bathe and keep up with their hygiene.
It takes me having help now to be able to get into the shower and have a shower.
Constantly had the fear that she's gonna die, and been told by doctors that she's not gonna make it very much longer and everything.
They removed the shower doors to allow her to fit, and she still does some things mostly on her own. See that face, fat positive community? Look how much fun she's having. See how she's smiling through the pain? I'm always interested to see if these people improve their lives.
The part I worry the most about not getting clean is under my stomach because it collects so much moisture there and sweat that it causes yeast infections and it causes the very foul odor. I call it the dead body smell.
Dead body smell? Ugh. If there is one smell that I never want to smell again, it's the dead body smell. I used to walk home and to work way before I got a car. I've seen dead animals that were hit by cars. I've walked past dead rabbits, raccoons, and even a javelina. If you don't know what a javelina is, it's basically a wild pig, and they're very aggressive and they have poor eyesight.
Oh, the smell.
What does it smell like?
Bent toast.
My hip only popped 12 times. Grinding.
If you aren't familiar with this, there is actually a community of people that think that you can be healthy at any size. And yet we see 800-pound people that can barely walk. Sometimes 2 things cannot be true at once. After being so worn out from bathing, they have to keep up their strength with a 3,000-calorie breakfast.
My doctor says your bones and everything has aged way faster than they should have. It makes you feel good. You don't want to stop. Food is there. It doesn't judge. It's love.
I think other members in this house also need to see Dr. Now. There's lots of times when people go on the show and they're the biggest in their family. Then you look at the family members and they're often morbidly obese as well. How are you going to be an obese person telling your obese kid that you raised to lose weight or they're going to die?
We didn't have our parents home, so we could eat whatever we wanted pretty much.
When she started kindergarten, she was about 105 pounds.
That's insane to think that a 5-year-old can be over 100 pounds. I think I was 100 pounds in 5th grade, maybe. I wasn't very tall until I was 15 when I went through puberty. I went through puberty late.
My parents had a problem with alcohol. They would say that they were going to the bar and By 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you could usually hear my mom and dad fighting and screaming. School's very hard for me growing up. Kids were mean to me. They would name call and pick on me. It was traumatizing. I would want to eat.
People in these types of shows with food addiction, they always have some kind of trauma attached, and mostly it's childhood trauma, which is really scary.
At 10, I was in the 200s. I got hit by an SUV walking in the crosswalk.
Before I had a car, I used to walk to work. I've been almost hit by cars so many times because people are careless.
I flew from one side of the road to the next, and I had to have a whole bunch of stitches and staples put in there. My overall feeling of being in high school a lot of times was stress. I had a lot of anxiety. I believe I was 14 when Cody and I started dating.
A very controversial opinion that I have is that children shouldn't date. I wholeheartedly disagree with the idea of kids dating.
I was 16 years old when I had my son, Devin. He was a very unexpected child, but I would have to say me having my son saved my life.
Because loving him gave me a purpose that I needed.
At least her mom helped her with her son.
I didn't have a career path. I couldn't do it. It was too hard on me. My significant other has always had to pick up the slack.
You mean somebody who's terribly obese can't do the same amount of work as a thin mint, a skinny mini? We're early in this episode, and since these people almost always have a spouse, I find myself asking the question, is the spouse going to get butthurt and leave? Because that always happens. I notice that some people feel the need to be needed all the time. They need to feel like their spouse is velcroed to them. When the wife loses weight, for example, she becomes more independent, and I've seen husbands leave because they're not a caretaker anymore.
She's got this sparkling personality. She's really outgoing and very happy, and I love her very dearly.
Will you still say that she has a sparkling personality if she loses 400 pounds, or will the dramatic confidence boost be too much?
You've changed.
I only lost weight. I'm the same person.
No, you're more confident, and you don't need me. You don't love me.
And he's very supportive.
And soon we're gonna make it official and get married. But I won't let myself do it until my health is better.
I've tried numerous of times to change eating habits to get help here in Idaho, but it's been always a challenge because they're not equipped to deal with somebody my size.
The thing about changing your eating habits is you do have to make it sustainable. It has to be something that you can and will stick to. You can't just go cold turkey if you're an emotional eater. It's very difficult, trust me. It's easier to just set smaller goals that you can attain and make them new habits. Make it your new routine of eating a high protein breakfast.
I always have somebody come with me. I have to have help with the wheelchair because I can't physically walk farther than like 3 to 5 steps without having to stop. Everybody's staring and it hurts. You get hurt feelings. And a lot of times my kids are with me and so they do get upset.
I hate grocery shopping too. I'd rather order groceries to be delivered instead of getting distracted at the store. Plus, there's always a bunch of people in the aisle if you shop on Friday, for example, and you can't get where you need to go to get what you need to get. When you order groceries, it's a lot easier to stay on track. You're not gonna get distracted by every single thing that's in the aisle that you just wanna throw in your cart. You're a little bit more organized that way.
We have to get steaks.
Good job, honey.
This way for the bakery.
The bakery aisle is my favorite aisle, and that's why I don't go near it anymore. Just pretend it doesn't even exist.
Cake for dessert, right?
It really breaks my heart and it hurts me a lot because people are pointing and laughing and taking pictures of her, and when she's just trying to get the groceries that she needs.
Yeah, if you're taking pictures of people without their consent, that's weird and rude, and don't do that.
I have to eat to live. If we didn't have to eat food to keep on surviving and living, I would try my hardest to never have to eat food.
It's not just a general statement of food being the problem. It's the type of food and a person's inability or apathy in controlling what goes into their body and how much. Learning about food and how you can fuel your body properly to the point where you don't need to eat every 2 hours is imperative in reaching or maintaining a healthy body. You literally are what you eat.
That's what's caused me most of this pain that I have is food.
Everybody in the household pretty much eats the same thing, just in different portion sizes. That doesn't surprise me. Your survival instinct as a human is hunger. That's not what's driving you to eat. Emotional problems are often the thing that will drive someone to eat on these shows.
Her health is getting so bad, and it's just really upsetting all of us to see her like that. So she really needs a lot of help.
Fat acceptance community, what do you see when you see this face? Does it look like she's having a fun time? Bueller?
I'm afraid she's gonna die if she doesn't get the help she needs.
This is a Tammy Slayton situation when one is too large to fit in a seat or a row of seats.
Then death is around the corner.
If you can't fit into a row of seats, you might have a problem. All of this looks super uncomfortable. Is it fat phobic to say? Probably. Here's me not caring.
Maybe it's overheating.
Unfortunately, the truck breaks down and they're stranded. They have to get towed and get a ride. Even through all of that, they still continued the journey to see Dr. Now instead of just quitting and returning home.
I know my weight is bad. I just don't know if it's gone up since the last time I checked.
She appears to do very well in this show. Dr. Now, I want a Where Are They Now season. When are we getting that? I need answers. Fat acceptance community, are y'all seeing this?
My back hurts so bad.
She's 690 pounds.
Hello, how y'all doing? So what brought you from Idaho to Houston?
So I can get the bariatric surgeries. I can feel my health is declining more.
This is what the influencers that promote obesity tend to stray away from. And shocker, all of those types of influencers are not all obese. Sometimes they're dietitians.
You're right that your health is declining.
Dr. Now is telling all the side effects of obesity.
Looking at your history, a lot of issues with your heart and your reflux and your ventricular dysfunction and blood pressure and all those issues. But if you apply yourself, you can make that happen because somebody is at your weight and stick with a healthy eating habit should be able to lose up to 100 pounds easily in a month.
But what does he know? Does he have 4 million TikTok followers? Does he have 2 million YouTube subscribers? No, he is just a doctor.
But this is going to be all up to you, and your family need to help you too.
All he does is specialize in bariatric patients, in diet, bariatric surgery, vascular surgery.
So who buys those munchy stuff, candy and chips and all that stuff?
I was really hoping that this would be an episode where somebody actually sticks to the diet, and last season most of that was very disappointing. So many people did not take it seriously.
Everybody buy them. So
Yeah,
if they
we
buy
just
'em,
go together.
how are we going to change that? I'm going to give you some exercises that I want you to do an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. You need to correct your frequency. That should be 2 or 3 times a day, no stacking. A man should be around 400 calories per meal, and type of food. There's a list of food that you need to avoid.
Okay.
100 pounds in a month. I have seen one person on the show achieve that, and if memory serves me correctly, this one patient had lost over 100 pounds in a month, and then she got all giddy and full of hope, and she slacked off and gained it back, and then I got mad. The bariatric field, there's just so much job security.
Y'all gonna be helping her to stick with a healthy eating habit?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody has to be supporting her situation because, you know, being 700 pounds for a person that should be 160, 170 is a 500 pound of extra weight, and that is going to affect in every organ and system in her body.
Did this person follow the diet? Did they do their exercises twice a day like the doctor recommended? It appears that she's following the diet.
6.
Did they address their emotional problems?
The past month since my appointment, I've been working on everything that Dr. Now told me to do. And my family's helping me too. And I'm doing as much as I can twice a day. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
At least they're going over the book. Dr. Now has a book called The Scale Does Not Lie, People Do, which is perhaps the best book title I've ever seen in my entire life, and how true it is. His book has great ratings on Amazon, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Someone even said in the reviews that they could hear his voice while they were reading it. I think that's kind of the point.
My mom will do the exercises in the morning with me, but everybody said they would do the diet with me. None of them have because they say it's harder for them than they thought.
That doesn't surprise me. Eating food is hard. I didn't know that took extra effort to eat, even though you're already eating. Y'all were very quick to rescind that offer when you realized that she has to eat real food now. Like it isn't difficult for Krystal, the most obese out of all of you, to change her eating. Thanks for the support. No, really. Thank you. Participation trophies for all of you.
So they're all still eating the old way.
If you hear a weird squeaky noise, it's the chair that I'm sitting on, so sorry. I love how everyone that says they're gonna support someone on a healthier eating path admits defeat so early. Your collective quitter mentality is exactly what she needs. We'll do anything to help her. No, not like that.
And I'm the only one eating the new way by myself.
Back at Dr. Now's office, weigh-in day.
And I even upped my walking lately. So I'm feeling pretty good overall.
When I watched this episode, I was wondering if he was going to take the oldest daughter as a patient because she's obese as well. Both of her daughters are overweight. She should be eating according to the new diet as well. He doesn't take her as a patient. The moment of truth.
Boy, good on that, huh?
She did it. Do my eyes deceive me? Someone who said they were following the diet but actually followed the diet. Usually they lie. They often do about 25% of the work.
I quit almost everything that I was eating before, trying to follow everything that your diet says and doing my exercises twice a day and following the rules as much as I can.
Well, you did it. You followed the diet. There's some proof that being in a calorie deficit works. Obesity isn't genetic.
You done a good job. I'm impressed with it.
Thank you.
So this is very good. Keep it up. Now the weight loss showed me that you're motivated to change your life. So I'm gonna approve you for weight loss surgery.
So far, this season almost looks promising.
But you are still over 600 pounds and you're still very high risk for any kind of surgery. So continue to lose weight, improve your health. Once you move to Houston, we're gonna run some more tests on your heart and see how things are and get you prepared for weight loss surgery.
She's worked hard up to this point.
I love proving people wrong. That's what I do. Yep.
She goes on to get married, and her fiance at the wedding is really struggling to push that wheelchair down the aisle, which reminds me of that time Tessa was trying to push Tammy Slayton in a wheelchair. Well, it's your fault. You wanted to go out here so badly. You wanted to be out there. She has improved her mobility, so these last 5 months haven't been a complete failure. Some people on this show just don't do anything. They read Dr. Now's book and expect the book to just magically do the work for them without measuring their food, without doing any type of physical activity. She loses 38 pounds from hard work.
I'm excited and I feel just relieved.
She's doing what she can, building up her stamina. In a wheelchair, she manages to do the exercises from Dr. Now's book, and that's commendable. You can compare her to what a lot of other patients on this show do and see the contrast. She's not making excuses, and by month 9, Krystal is back at the doctor's office to weigh in and see if she finally qualifies for weight loss surgery.
How's your activity doing?
It's increased a lot, moving a lot more, that's for sure.
From day one, I saw you have lost 120 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with your progress. So I'm gonna set you up for surgery next month.
Yay! I can't wait.
She's doing the most she can with being mobile, which I think is great. Wait, is that ableist? Making yourself walk when you can walk because some other people can't walk? Is that ableist? Even though she qualified much later into the 12-month journey, she still did, so we got to see the 3 months following her surgery. And that is the beginning of season 12, and we've got somebody who's already qualified for surgery. The season seems like it's going to be a little bit more optimistic. I watched the other episodes, and if you want me to cover some more of these, I definitely will. Editing Jasmine here. Since I filmed this, I did see that Krystal seems to be doing well now. She and her husband got divorced and she's in a new relationship, but more importantly, she's more mobile and seems to be living life in a smaller body, which is great to see. And we're all happy for her. I do have to say, she looks so different. Her face shape has changed. She looks a lot healthier and younger. I like that this episode ended well. A lot of them don't. I will get into that in a second. A lot of the time I'm saying, well, this was a waste of 12 to 15 months, and I didn't say that with this. She got her surgery. As for Dr. Now and the media team that makes this show, I must say that I'm not happy with the complaints I've heard about this show, and I wonder if Dr. Now is even aware of this since he's so busy with his practice. His son owns the media company that makes the show, and there are some very interesting stories about how people are treated and allegations, and they usually have to read a script from the information that I've gathered recently while doing research on this video.
Lisa detailed how the producers even caused her to go to the hospital after turning off her oxygen machine and urine capture device because they were making too much noise. She said, "I use a pure wick. They made me turn it off, and it shut my kidneys down. It was making too much noise for the cameras." Lisa continued, sharing, "I was in the hospital for like a month trying to get my kidneys back up. I still have side effects."
While having a firm doctor that doesn't give into excuses is very important, let's remember that you're still dealing with people, and some people just don't change their lives as fast as others. While the show is centered around unhealthy habits, I think much work needs to be done about the unhealthy atmosphere of the production team, and I'll leave that there. I haven't decided if I want to keep uploading on my main channel. It's been hard keeping up with that channel because I like drawing drawing. However, I'm not sure if I want to continue with doing videos. I've had that channel for over 11 years. It was monetized at one point and that got taken away from me. The last 6 years I've been trying to get that back, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, and I don't want to maintain 2 unmonetized channels because what is the point? I kind of feel like I'm burned out with making drawing videos with almost no viewership. Part of it, I think, is YouTube's fault. They do promote more drama videos than anything else. Anyways, I am closing my website store at the end of the month, so be sure to grab some art before that. I may reopen it in the future if I can, but right now financially it just doesn't make sense to keep the store open anymore when nothing is really happening with it. I'm tired of spending time on the website. I'm tired of uploading pictures, writing listing captions that nobody's going to see. I would just like to sell all of my prints and be done for now. I will still be accepting custom orders. That's not going to change. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I do try to upload every week, and leave a comment. It is a free way to support this channel, and we can have discussions in the comments. Do you watch this show as much as me? Probably not. Or maybe you do too because you're weird. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!